What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another Skateboarding Beginner number 273, baby. It's gonna be awesome today, man. Got my stamina back. Eating some Lao food, they call it soap. Enjoy, baby. Hello. Man, I kept staying in there, kept singing karaoke. It's already late, man. 2:30 already. So anyway, usually I can't do that because people are home. So everyone's gone. They went to get some stuff in Dallas. So they'll be back. They should be back in any time. But oh man, so awesome. There's an outside. Wait. Action. There's a war outside of my window. And it's destroying our world. To take the hand of a boy and a girl. So take this song and sing a happy tune. Reference the blind video days, right? Blind skateboard video days. Jason Lee, So anyway, because there's a war right now between Cambodia and Thailand. So I guess it start out I guess it's all politics, like all the leaders are all friends, So I guess something to do with the internet and shit back in the day, because there was a lot of scammers, so they turned all the internet off in Burma, and then the Burma started a war with the Thailand, and then Burma was trying to shoot Cambodia and accidentally shoot the Thailand person, and now the Thailand is shooting the Cambodia, and then now the Burmas are like, screw it, let them fight their own war. And then Laos, which is where I'm from, I guess they got the internet and their internet are on, so all those scammers moved to Laos and then started scamming people still, and then but the IP is in I guess in Burma or somewhere in Cambodia and some shit. So now there's a war between Thailand and Cambodia. Am I getting that? So it's pretty cool, man, because my brother-in-law, he never talked too much about things. So remember how the show Mulan, how they picked the dad to go to the war, and then she the cartoon Mulan, okay, not the other shit show fucking Disney made, okay? We're talking the cartoon, the good shit. We're talking about way back, like 20 years ago, okay? That's when shit was good. Music was good. You saw me jamming the fucking GNR, Guns N' Roses and shit. Cartoons are funny. Comedians are funny. Like good shit. Not like that now. Anyway, so she went and made herself to look like a male person. She could take her father's place, right? So that's what happened to my brother-in-law. He was only like 13 years old. They want his dad to go in a war, in Laos, right? So Laos is way down here. Yes, Cambodia is like right next to Laos, to the right of it. So they start attacking in the jungle, And so he enlisted, I asked him, because I never fired a gun in my life. Still never right now, a real gun. BB guns, pellet guns, air guns. And I see movies and shit, but never. So I asked him. He was only 13 years old, and I asked him how it feel, to fire a gun for the first time. So then he said he was standing in a road, and then there was a bunch of soldiers coming in. This is before he got enlisted, And he asked one of the guys to let him shoot one of their gun off, So they gave him the gun. He was 13 years old, and he shot it like on a tree, and it threw his shoulder out, because he didn't know how hard it was gonna be. So anyway, he said he enlisted, and I asked him if he was scared and shit. He goes, nah, man, when you're that age, it was like a party. He says, just him and his friends going out, like going to like a camping and shit, like going camping. It's crazy, right, when you're that young. And yeah, so he told me about, like the war and shit, how he was in there, and they're like, pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty long story, so I don't want to really talk to it about too much. It's kind of long. Just trying to, point out that sometimes we don't know who the person is, you don't know their history. Because he's very quiet and calm, you know. And so, but you don't know, you know, about people, how they used to be, you know. Like, you know, people that talk the most are always the one that's fake, right? I was like, yeah, man, I'm from the hood. I'm fucking from this gang or that gang. And I've never been in the gang. They just watch, like, you know, like Training Days and shit with Denzel Washington, right? You know, people talk a lot. That's how you can tell. But anyway, my whole point is, like, I really have even more respect for my brother-in-law, you know? Like, what a badass he was, you know? Or is still. You know, they still go to, like, LA Fitness and shit in the morning and do the workout. They go out and work and you know, walk around and shit. So this weekend they're gonna go on a cruise Sunday to Sunday. So next week I won't see them for a whole week. And I keep that in my mind because, you know, like, sometimes I want to give up, you know, like, not give up, but like lazy, right? I don't want to do anything all day. Just fucking want to kick back and have to tell myself, nah, man, you know, gotta go. How am I gonna get good? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the only thing I want to say. I mean, the war that he told me was really interesting, you know, because like one time he was on a watch, like, you know, like supposed to be on a patrol. And he fell asleep a little bit, right? Because he was so tired. He only sleep like 1 or 2 hours. And then I guess he fell asleep. Then he woke up. When he opened his eyes, he saw two Viet Cong standing in front of him. And he was like, holy shit, right? He was thinking. So he looked behind him. And all his friends, all the soldiers were like asleep, right? Because he's supposed to be on patrol. And he looked around, and his first reaction was, he jumped back, right? He jumped back like that. He said, Viet Cong! Everybody got up and just like started shooting and shit. So then after this, everything was cleared, the smoke and everything was cleared and everything, and it turns out there were like two ghosts there, you know, just ghosts. Like, because there's so many deaths there, you know, there's a lot of ghosts because a lot of people dying, right? So there's all, you know, like he saw two ghosts there. And then he said another time was, what you do is when you go and watch, because it's all pitch dark, right? So I'm talking 1973, okay? 1973, I was only 2 years old. I was born in 1971. So he's over there in the jungle, and he said, what you do is when you're sleeping, because you dig a little tunnel, sometimes you go sit inside, so like when the shrapnel blows up, it doesn't kill you. So he said he sits there, and when you look out, you memorize like how many trees, like banana trees or whatever in front of you, because they're all just shadows, just silhouette, right? Just silhouette of trees or banana trees or whatever tree there is. And what you do is you memorize it. Like, let's say there's five silhouette of different trees, because it's pitch dark. So what you do is if you wake up and you see more than 5, that means one of them, if it's more than 5, let's say there's 7, so 2 of them are Viet Congs, you know? Like I remember when I went to sleep, there's only 5 silhouettes, and I wake up now, there's 7, right? You're like, shit. And then you gotta memorize which one's the tree. So he said one night he did that, and he woke up and he saw one and he shot it, boom, in the dark. And then he said the next day he went and looked, and he shot he saw the bullet on a tree. He shot the tree in the middle of the night, you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, like. And I asked him about, like, did he have like PTSD and all that shit, because like my nephew, right? Two of my nephews, they enlisted, and they both have PTSD, you know? And to me, I think it's because you're born here in America, you always see the good shit. But you know, when you're Laos, just like me when I was a kid, you know, you have to grow up to be strong, right? You know, you have to be like, nothing really phases you, you know, you hear gunshots and shit all the time, so nothing, like, it's normal, you know, like when it gets almost dark, you come inside the house, you want to get hit by a stray bullet, right? You know, like the communists coming in, steal our dogs and shit, cooking them up, and, you know, anytime they can, you know what I mean? could kill you or get arrested. But then it's like, you know, like you see the older people, you know, they're strong-minded, you know what I mean? Like, strong, man. So even because it's funny because, you know, not funny, but I'm usually talking to myself and all this stuff now that I'm trying to get more like history with my older brother and sisters and stuff, you know, because they're passing as they go. And I want to hear a little bit about. So one day I want to talk to my sister Connie, because she used to be in a circus. Not like a circus, but it's just her and her husband doing their own thing. They used to blow fire and shit. She used to stand there and he used to throw axe and shit around her, like even in a refugee camp and shit. But she never opened up and tell me stories like that. I just want to confirm it, you know. But maybe one day I can ask her, and that way, like, you know, back in the day we didn't have no internet or phone or nothing like that. And that's how we passed the stories on, right? By telling each other stories of different generations and generations. To me, that's way more interesting, you know. Because there's no lies, there's no AI, none of that shit. It's the truth, you know. No bullshit, no drama. And all the things you hear is always encouraging you to go out and, you know, be a better person and help out the world and just to go forward and make a better world, you know. You know, like Michael Jackson, you know. Make a better world, just you and me. You know. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There are choices and we're living on our own. This is you and me, you know what I mean? Like, but it sucks because a lot of these criminal or bad people, they take that, like, you know, as a giving and make like GoFundMe and shit, and like, you know, and then make people not trust and helping out with anybody because, you know, there's so much scam out there. It sucks. Anyway, just where am I going? Oh, they're back. They're back, Jack. Told you, man. Oh no, that's not them. Yeah. Porcelain. Thought that was them. Why am I going this? It's like, man. You know, I have a lot of time to reflect on life, you know. And the only thing I want right now is skateboarding. That's it, 100%. And every day I'm more focused because, you know, as I get older, I have less stamina, less testosterone, less energy, and I would ride 1 or 2, 3 minutes, and I'm tired, and then I'd sit down and I would just get tired and not motivate myself. And now I have a clear picture, you know, like skateboarding. That's all I want. Like, my focus, the level is to get the vert ramp, you know. Get pretty good at the skate park, pretty good out here. Like Tuesday and Thursday, ride out here when I can. Practice, get my legs built up. My legs still sore, it's crazy, man. Like different muscles that they use. And I don't want to get to that situation again where I have zero muscle, you know. And your mind is actually like 80% stronger than your body, you know. And the mind is very difficult too to control, to motivate. So a lot of times we need spiritual food, you know, for our mind. Like listening to older people with their stories, like I was telling you about my brother-in-law, you know, about telling me stories. Just watching other people and just, man, I'm in such a blessed place and time right now as I am. Even though, you know, you can look back, you can't change the past. You can only learn, you know. You can only learn from the past, but you can't change the past. And you can make the future what you want. And for me, my future, I want to get my legs strong and ride my skateboard and just get back to where I used to be and just be able to cruise in and just do basic tricks and just get my legs strong and as long as my body doesn't hurt. Right now, my heels, I don't know what the deal is, you know. So I'm just trying to get what I can out of my heels. So I'm pushing switch because my switch heels, my switch foot for pushing, my leg for switching switch is it's not as sore as my regular, foot that I push regular, that I usually push. So I've been riding switch, and but yeah, it's like my legs are so jelly, and so my main focus is, think of it as like I'm a baby, right? I just came out the baby, maybe like 1 year old right now, 1 or 2 year old right now. And what I want to do, my main focus is just to stand up and walk. That's it. That's the only level I'm focusing on. I'm not focusing on running, jogging, jumping, nothing like that. That's for later. Maybe I'm taking maybe for like, months or whatever into whatever when my leg is stronger. But right now I just want to stand up and walk. And it's crazy, like when my mind is strong, I can do it. Like I always picture myself going to the skate park and just rolling around, getting warmed up, and then like hitting up the fakie rock, fakie hang up, fakie tail stall, no stall, 50-50 stall, front side grind, back side grind. Front side 50-50 is a little bit harder, so that's probably gonna be later after I get the front side, the back side grind or 50-50 first. Before even doing that to the quarter pipe, I'm gonna hit up the bank ramp on the side over there at the skate park, doing some 50-50s on the banks, do some boneless on the bank, to regular, to fakie, do a couple of pivot 180s, backside, front side, do a couple ollie, not up the ledge, but kind of hang up and then popping over, do that a couple of times. So this Saturday, which is 2 days from now, I'm gonna I got all that planned in my head. More like focus, Because I remember when I was, when you're younger, you could just skate anytime and have all this power and energy and everything, but you don't really think, too much like what trick I should try or this and that. It just comes because, I skateboard every day, 8 to 10 hours a day, so your legs get strong. And now I have that in my mind, but my body doesn't have it, right? My body doesn't have it, but my mind has it. And especially out here, when I'm out here by myself, I mean, if you look around, there's no one out here to motivate me or anything like that. And when people come here, they just go straight into their garage, and it's just me here, And I gotta mentally motivate myself, and I'm hyped. I'm hype as a hype. So what I want to do is I want to do a little bit more, like at least an hour here. An hour. I want to get like 2 hours, 3 hours, because on Saturday they open from 11 to 7. That's 9 hours, right? So what I want to do is I want to ride the indoor park till like 5, and then go out from 5 to 7, 2 hours before they close, and just do some pumping on the half pipe, right? On the big ramp. And I think the way I see it, it's kind of weird. Like I could see my future. Like I could see me doing all that shit, right? It's just a matter of time, It's just a matter of time. It's weird. Like, so if you do tricks too, if you can't see the trick in your head, you're not gonna do it. It's weird. You have to see. I guess that's how people like Wall Street and stuff like that. That all these guys that make all this money and shit. Like President Trump, right? Like he sees all that shit, right? Like he's a realtor. He sees all these land, fuel, and everything. Like he sees, but other people can't see. Like myself, I can't see it because I'm not interested. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's been an awesome day today. My legs a little sore, I said. So today I'm gonna, even if I don't ride that much, I'm just gonna keep like, just like dropping in and pumping and stuff like that, and here, and I'm gonna see if I can try to stay, like couple hours at least, and build my legs up, because it just sucks, because like I tell myself, oh, I'm gonna do it, but then I don't do it, because what I'm doing is just gonna chill out here for a little bit and wait till my brothers and sisters get here, because just in case if I get hurt or something, at least I have somebody here to, I know it sounds corny, but sometimes you have to do that, like whatever you feel, you have to do it. Like I feel safer if they're here, until I get stronger, right? It's kind of like when you're learning how to swim. You feel better, you have a lifeguard and all that shit out there, Instead of going out to like some lake or pond, You swim by yourself. You know, you get bit by a snake or something, your fucking leg cramped up, you're dead, you know? So something like that, because like I said, I see my future, you know, like dropping in the vert ramp and doing some kick turns and shit like that, doing some tail stalls, some fakie rocks, you know, fakie ollies, stuff like that, doing car, front side, back side, for now, right? Because that's as far as I got when I used to ride the vert ramp. So now, one thing I know is front side, 50-50, is I'm really weak at it because I never worked on it. And then nose blunts. You know, nose blunts, I got to the level, but then I stopped, you know, doing it. So that's as far as the level I went to, is a nose blunt and a front side, you know, 50-50. Not 5-0. 5-0 is kind of cool. I mean, not that hard as 50-50 because front side is you're already leaning, so you're just coming in, right? But like a straight 50-50 where you got the 50-50 on the thing, and yeah, I'm really focused, you know, and like you probably won't see me fuck around too much. Like if you see me go out and roll around because I want to roll around a lot, right? To build my legs up and my stamina, get my energy up, and then when I'm tired, then I'm gonna come back and talk to the video, you know, because I noticed like my last video you saw that I'm kind of skating more, you know, because like right now I have nothing to worry about, right? So I got an eye doctor coming up on the 19th of next month. I got all my medicine paid. My diarrhea's gone. My bleeding's gone. Yeah, I mean, I got all my shit done. My treatment's great. What else, right? I got no worries. And I remember when I used to worry about last year or something, right here, my hair, oh, a lot of gray hair up here. I used to have a lot of gray hair up here, a lot. And I noticed I only have like, you know, maybe 10 the most. I used to have like 20 or 30 gray hair from stress, you know. And because stressing on the rent, you know, stressing on food and all that, just the basic shits of life, and never really had money to buy new, you know, like equipment and shit, you know. Not never had, I mean, I had just enough, but I would split it between playing Yu-Gi-Oh, card game, and buying video games, and then doing skateboarding. So now my whole focus is skateboarding and all that. Plus, like I have a purpose now to like really get some good setups, you know. Before I wasn't doing shit, so I was like, what's the point of getting a brand new setup? You know, I'm not doing anything with it. But now, you know, at least I could donate it to some kids and have them stoked like I used to be. You know, when you're stoked, you know what I mean? When you stoke somebody out, you're stoked, right? You just see the smile on their face. And unless you never done it, you don't know what it feels like. When you're giving stuff to somebody, like good stuff. I'm not talking about like your leftover shit. I'm talking about like something that really valuable, right? Like this board, right? Right? So this is a $250 board right here. Right? This board $250. You know? Look, still brand new scratch, brand new wheels, brand new you know, super 6 balls Swiss. That was $65 for that. $85 for the board. I don't know how much the trucks were. I'm thinking they're at least 50 or 60, right? And then the wheels, the Spitfire wheels are a lot now. They're at least 45 or more. So you know what I mean? You add it up. So yeah, so it's about $250 for this board. Look, right, not even scratch on the truck, not even the graphics. The wheels are not even the, you know, I mean, a little dirty from just riding around. But yeah, so like 2 weeks and give that away to some kid and then buy a brand new setup. And just, you know, just get the community, the skateboarding community going. And yeah, nothing feels. But the thing is, so that's why it's very important that you help yourself first, you know. Yourself comes first. When yourself comes first, when you're happy, you're up, and you're good, everything is good, then later on, you know, God will show you that now that you're stable and everything's great, you've been blessed a lot, then now you can bless other people, right? Because the way I feel is when I give something, God gives me back 10 folds, right? 10 times, easily, through my experience. You know, when I came to America, I got nothing. Shorts, t-shirts, socks, and shoes. That's it. I was 9 years old. That's all I had. No paper, no nothing. No nothing. No kind of evidence. No. You could tell them whatever age you are, whatever name you are, whatever. Right? Because you have no. We came as a refugee, so we just come. It's like when you're just being born, but you're already 9 years old, right? So whatever, you know. That's why my brother-in-law gives them 1/1, right? 1/160 or something like that. January 1st. He said because it's easy to remember. But I think I made mine up because my mom didn't remember. It was April or March or January. I don't know. She doesn't remember, so I just picked March. You know. Yeah, she didn't even remember. I mean, how can she? You know, she had 12 kids. That's not counting miscarriage, right? So you're probably talking about 20 kids she had, you know. Like 8 of them already passed away from miscarriage. So how can she remember all that shit, right? So yeah. So you know that's how we get back to life. You know, we remember like how we used to be, but you know, if you're born and everything's great for you, that's awesome. You know, you're born with the lot. You're born winning the lottery already. You're winning with pocket aces, right? Playing poker. And me, I'm born with like a deuce 3 offsuit, you know. And hopefully the 3 or 2 flopped and I'll get trips. That's the way I'm gonna win, and it did. A deuce came out and I got trip deuce. You know, we came to America, you know. And then in the river, right? In the river of 3 flops, I got deuces 3s, you know. Full house, you know. 3s and 2s, right? And that's when I went to dialysis, got a second chance to live in life, you know, as life, and many times, you know, you get to live again. I mean, 2 days ago, right? No, what's today, Thursday? 3 days ago, I was in a hospital, right? Because I was bleeding, you know, my stool was bleeding, you see? And they said I could have been like colon cancer, the worst. But I could have been gone right there, you know? You could just be out here making videos, next thing you know, got some kind of crazy shit, and you know, God wants me to be up there in heaven, you know, I'm ready to go. But that's why, like in life, we live life, just focus on your life, and don't stress about too many things. That's how you go early, man. You know, a lot of people stress about, you know, want to get that next, you know, that 2025 Ford F-150 Ray Rafter, right? 150 grand, right? Or you know, whatever it is, man. Material nice to have, but I think if you just have enough, the power is given out to others, you know, to give to others. That feels the best, you know. When you're blessed with a little bit, give a little bit more, you know, to somebody else that might need it. Yeah, sometimes what I do is I keep my my cigarette lighter in my pocket now, on the side of my pocket, easy to take out. Cause a lot of when I get off the bus in Dallas, there's a lot of homeless right there, you know, and a lot of them, like, they just find like a cigarette butt or something, a little bit of cigarette, you know, on the ground, and they need a light, you know. And they're like, hey brother, you got a light? You know, like I didn't want to dig my shit out before. Like last Saturday, I had a lighter and I gave it to one of the guy, and he was so happy, you know, he got a lighter. Not even that, you know, at night they can like start a fire and warm themselves up and shit. Be like, oh yeah, man, they're gonna go start it. You know, like if you think bad things are gonna happen. If you think they're gonna go out and burn shit up or whatever, or you can think of it as like, hey, at nighttime is cold, they need to start a fire, now they have a lighter, right? You know, just like in the refugee camp, we'd wake up like 9, you know, like 5 in the morning, and I would go gather up all these little twigs and everything, and we start a fire, you know, to cook our food. Like the sticky rice, it gets hard, so you mesh it up with like some salt and or fermented fish sauce, whatever. Then you make like you fry it up like a pancake. That's like a pancake. But if you're lucky, you go around the village, like in a factory if you can, whatever, and find eggs. You can find an egg, and then you brush it on top with your hand. You know, we don't have brush and shit like that. Just use your hand or a piece of leaf, whatever, piece of branch or leaf, and brush it on there, flip it over. And man, that's like your three. Here it'd be like your three pancake, 2 eggs over easy, 2 sausage, 2 pieces of bacon, and a hash brown, right? That'd be like that was for us, you know. That's Lao. So to think of stuff like that, and then you know you come here and it's like, you know, got a refrigerator, got all kinds of shit and things. You know, we do shit to ourselves. Yeah, because if you think about it, man, look at this shit. Look how many cars. And this is like 3 in the afternoon, right? I'm not talking about people going to work or in their garage and shit. I mean, like this vehicle never been moved. Never seen it move ever. You know? And it's like, we have way more access, you know? But in our mind, it's like, we always got to one-up the neighbor, one up. I don't, you know? For me, whatever happens, like here right now, I'm living here. If my sister and my brother-in-law pass, whatever happens, maybe they sell the house or give it to their kids, to Scott and Matthew, or whatever, because I can't have it, you know. I'm on disability, so I can't, like, you know, own anything. So God had helped me this far, so I'm not gonna think too far of the future. For now, only focus is come out here, get my legs strong, you know, skate every day or whatever I can, or every other day, get my legs strong, go on Saturday to the park, ride the park, get my legs stronger over there, and get you know, my goals. Yeah, I'm so glad I found that park, man, because I mean, I didn't find it. My friend Kyle told me about it, but kind of like my friend and God too, you know, like showed me it's there, right? Because all my life, not all my life, but you know, maybe 10 years ago, 15, whatever, I keep thinking, oh, I want to go back and ride a half pipe, but there's no half pipe in California, right? There's one at the Vans Park, but it's owned by fucking Christian Asoy, right? And you gotta be on his list and shit to ride it. And then I come here, what's the first thing I got? The 10th year anniversary, I go to 4 Down Skate Park. There's a vert ramp right there, right? And it's free. So God showed me that. But then he's like, he showed to you, but I have to make myself go there. So I didn't want to go there, but then turns out my heels, both of my heels, are hurting from push. Like I can't push. It hurts. So now I was thinking, what can I do that doesn't hurt? What? Go to the skate park. Because you can just use the quarter pipe, the banks, whatever, and you only have to push it a little bit, right? And then here too, see? Here? When I first came here, I was like, man, what a shitty place to ride, right? I was thinking, there's nothing here, right? Because I'm used to pushing. I'm used to flatland. But there's a little driveway that goes down. And then God showed me, you know? Opened my eyes and said, look, all the answers in front of you, you know? It's right here. Right? You don't have to push. Go up there, roll down, go around, and then you have to push a little bit and come here and then just walk up here. And then do it again. And keep building my legs up more and more and more. But it was scary, right? Because, you know, even though that looks like nothing, you know, I had to start over here. Because, remember, my legs are jelly. I could, you know, like, I can't even stand on my leg. Like, one leg, it starts shaking. So I just start down here, and then there's like a little crack right there. It doesn't even look big. It's not big, it's all in your mind, you know. because I got hung up a couple times before. Like it's hangable, right? It's hangable. So I got that to worry about. So they're not even just coming down the driveway, but I have the crack right there to mess with. I didn't have to go down the driveway. There's cracks down there. We have to watch for cars coming this way, you know, on that way, that they don't run me over. Right? That's what I love about the street. It's dangerous, but in a way, it makes you, makes me, you know, a better skateboarder. So now that I see that, I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, you know. Because God shows us our ways, what we need, you know, He knows us. But we have to actually physically put in some work to go to the place, right? Because the devil is always going to try to hold you back. Because I'd be thinking, oh man, I have to walk to the 2 miles to the train station that way, right? Train station, 2 miles. So then that's why I said I'm only going to go Saturday, because that way because my sister and my brother, they could take me there, pick me up, right? Which is good. But the next Sunday, got to take the lift there, which is about $10 and back, so $20, no big deal. So anyway, so now this Saturday will be the 3rd time, right? So it gets easier and easier as you go, you know. The first time is always hard, always hard. Second time was not bad. Now I know to take the train, take the bus, and then just walk for like 10 minutes. So now that I know how to do it, it's like you become more. It's like trying to do like ollie stairs or do handrails, right? The first one is like takes you 10, 20 or whatever tries, and sometimes you won't even do it. You have to come back the next day, maybe the next day, and the next after next and next, you know. And once you build up that confidence in your head, you're like, yeah. Like right now, I'm looking forward to it a lot. Like my legs, inside my groin is kind of hurting a little bit, but I'm still gonna ride for a little bit. Not ride, just to roll around. You know, get my legs like okay. Because I don't want to wait like a whole week and then go back to the skate park and ride for like 5 hours or whatever straight, right? 5, 6, whatever. It's open for 9 hours, but you know, I'm not counting the breaks and all that stuff, because you're gonna do a lot of breaks, you know. Or I do anyway, because I run out of stamina and energy real fast. So I'm not counting those. But you know, once you sit out here, it's just see that breeze, you feel it? See that wind? Yeah, it's awesome. So we're just gonna wait for them to come, and then we're gonna start our skateboarding. So just let you see the shadow on the tree. Spiking the wall over there. It's alright. It's only 3 o'clock right now, so yeah, it's only 3. No big deal, you know. 3 o'clock. It's only 3 o'clock. I don't know if you see it. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock, so got plenty of time. It doesn't get dark till 9 o'clock. 6 more hours. So just gonna chill, listen to more music, and then wait for him to come, and then we'll start. My lonely heart falls. Oh, wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Oh, wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Yeah, waiting here for a while, so just dancing by myself out here. Just waiting for my sister and my family to get home. So we're just gonna chill until the next dance move. So I was thinking, now when I walk forward, my heels hurt. So I was thinking, what if I walk backwards, uphill, to reverse, you know? To reverse it, see what happens, right? So you go here, and then I go backwards, see my heels like this. I think that might reverse my my heels. Might cure it, you know. So I just do this, walking up to this cone, and then go back. Yeah. So that's my new walk now. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Down, side up. Anyway, look at the shadow. Yeah, it's already 6, almost 7 o'clock. My sister's not here yet, so yeah. So this is like my brother patrolling, man. 1973, baby. Patrolling for the Viet Cong. That's how we do it. So, see? So we use that as an exercise, you know? Always. There they are. Good on that. All day trip. All day trip. Chú ma quay thế.
Mày sẽ bỏ.
Chú ma quay thế.
Dr. Pepper. Hello, hello. Dr. Pepper.
Thank you.
Sắp
Thank
bay,
you.
sắp bay. Cà phêมาแล้วปะ Hello ไปเลาะเที่ยวพาบ้านนอกไปเที่ยว
Good on that.
โดนต้องไปเลาะ
Put na, come up here, drop me off, son. Come on, could drop me off at the skate park.
เอาไอ้เด็ดน้ำนั่นน่ะ
I need a drink.
อย่าเต้าไปอย่าเต้าไป Where you going Where you going เอารถขับทางไหนบ่เอาเข้าไป Go
Amazon.
Amazon we are home Thank you Mr. Lo Now we are going in Is he going in
เข้าไปแม่เราใช่จะเข้าไปก่อน
Okay เอาชัดเชิญก่อนโยมมาชัดเชิญบอกตัวก่อนชัดเชิญไหมเนี่ย
Charger ไปคำเลยทง
ฮะ
Charger ไปก็คำโดน Charger อยู่ไหนเราอะมวนบอลงกูไปส่งที่สเก็ตพาร์คเลยสินะบอกกูไปDallas Man, I do it to Dallas, they could drop me off the skate park instead of sitting here, you know? Man, bad beat. We got the bad beat, man. So what do you think? What do you think? Any skateboarding today? Huh? Any skateboarding today? Gotta do some skateboarding, right? Maybe push around back and forth. Gotta do something. So everybody's home. Even Tony just showed up. Now we got no ride for the driveway. Only down here. 7 o'clock. Got 1 hour, 2 hours. If you want to do it. If we want to do it. That's the hard question, you know? Do you want to do it? Yeah, so it's 7 o'clock, man. It's like, what are we gonna do? Guess we just push back and forth. Better than nothing, you know. So here's a riddle for ya. Find the answer. You and I. Got him. Got him, baby. Here's a riddle for ya. Here's a riddle for ya. That was pretty cool. One little half pipe. Half piper. Alright, you two, that's it. I didn't skate much. We want to hang out here all day, you know. Alright, remember, go visit your friends and family. The dead don't need anything. Always keep on rolling. Running water don't go stale. Always have fun. You'll see me have fun and see me quit. I'll be keeping the underground lit for you and me, alright? Enjoy.